come to you north of the border from Toronto, Ontario. I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. And Jay, the Raptors are Canada's team. Only fitting. Toronto's the fourth largest city in North America.
Ed, all that sounds great, but I'll tell you what, I love everything about T-Dot. The food, the music, the culture, the people, the energy of the city. It's off the charts. Every NBA player wants to come through the six.
No one really cares if it's cold because inside these walls, it's always revved up. Opening tip taken in by the Raptors, and we're underway in Toronto. Jay, what do you make of the pressure on this franchise? A whole country is watching.
Pressure makes diamonds, my friend. So if you're your jury, you're throwing everything at the wall, and you're seeing what sticks. Because the goal is to win now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, but right now.
Sixers have the basketball. Marc Gasol with a piece.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
And Jay, they call the foul.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Lowry buries it on the catch and shoot.
Great shot by the offense. But the defense, you can't afford to collapse off that penetration. I'd rather a team take a tough two than a wide-open three.
Get the cameras out. Flash on.
That's going to make a nice poster.
Fred VanVleet to Gasol. Can't connect.
Oh, I like that. You got the defense rotating from side to side. They're even recovering late, but still you got to make that one.
Flushes it home.
Some players are so cerebral. I'm not even paying attention to the dunk as much as I'm paying attention to the player pointing and communicating to everybody his team needs a guard on the next play down the court.
Lowry to Gasol. Joel Embiid with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
And look out.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Ball's controlled by Lowry. And counted at the rim.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Simmons to Richardson. Marc Gasol rejects it. That's his third block this evening.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
It goes down.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Here's Simmons with it up top. 5-point game. Drive from the baseline, but it won't go down. To Gasol. Has a look. The shot no good by Gasol. 4-3. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Short jumper won't go down. Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid.
An easy two. Get back on defense.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Now a pass stolen by the Sixers. Simmons to Richardson. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there.
And that's how you close out on a shooter with a sense of urgency. The shooter was more worried about his landing space than he was his shot.
Lowry to VanVleet. To Gasol. Down low. And stuffs it home. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Fred VanVleet to Lowry. To Gasol. Marc Gasol. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Old school equals high percentage.
It's a big finish.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout. They'll catch their breath in what's now a 5-point game. The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. Lowry to Gasol. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit. Simmons with it. Down 5. From the painted area, won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player a short arm shot.
To Tobias Harris. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Josh Richardson. Smothering D.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Lowry to Gasol. Marc Gasol. 4 out of 7.
I'm laughing because when you look at Marc Gasol, he's not the fastest big guy in the game. He's not the smoothest, nor is he the best shooter. But you know what he is? He's prepared and he's experienced. That's why he can get you 17 to 18 to 19 points per night or more, and you get a tough low post presence.
Ben Simmons snatching it out of the air. 4th this contest. And a nice finish at the rim.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Nothing going here on that drive. Simmons to Embiid. Finish that. Lowry with it. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Strong finish at the rim for Marc Gasol.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Here's a chance from long range. Jay, they've been waiting for that to go down, but here they are trying to chip away and cut into this margin.
And there's nothing more frustrating as a shooter to get open looks and not see the ball go in. But if they do, that could be the start of a problem.
First quarter in the books. The Raptors in front. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter.
Tonight, everyone gets free pizza. For Philadelphia.
Sixers finally break through. 52 wins last year. But, Jay, where do they factor in a top-heavy Atlantic division?
I still see this team finishing on the outside looking in. What I mean by outside is the 2 or 3 spot. I think this is Boston's division to lose, Boston's conference to lose. But still, the question mark still is around Ben Simmons and his ability to shoot the ball down the stretch.
Ben Simmons, he's got 2 shots coming. 56% for his career. First free throw is good.
Good money.
Goes 2 for 2. Toronto with the basketball. To Nowitzki. Almost unlucky bounce to Richardson. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
To Nowitzki. To Gasol. Joel Embiid.
Whoa! Get that out of here!
Message sent, Jay. Powell. Off the assist.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Oh, Ben Simmons. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
As a rookie last year, Ben Simmons averaged 16 points a game and posted 12 triple-doubles, the second most by any rookie in NBA history. Or was last year really his rookie year? We can debate that one later.
Joel Embiid sends it away.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Josh Richardson, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 78% at the line. And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Toronto has the basketball. To Van Vliet. Ibaka. Short jumper won't fall. Simmons with it. Down just a couple. Slam dunk.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Here comes the screen. He'll go to the foul line to shoot.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Siakam at the line for 2 shots. His career mark right now sits at 63%. First one, counted. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. Driving right to the basket. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Simmons to Horford. Gets to the rim, and they'll count the basket. 2 steps or 5 steps. I don't know, Jay. It looked good.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Ibaka. Joel Embiid swats it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I know this for a fact, Ed. Ben Simmons wanted to channel his inner Bill Russell during the NBA awards as he stood up on that stage accepting that Rookie of the Year trophy, looking down at all the people that hated on him and didn't think that after a year of being injured that he can come back and be the one that everybody thought he could be. One of only 7 players in NBA history to lead his team to 50-plus wins while accepting the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Substitution being made in this one. Jay, what's the next step for Ben Simmons?
MVP, Ed. To win the MVP. But perception is reality. And I've been hearing this stuff from a lot of people who have been watching Ben Simmons show out this past summer on IG. Ben Simmons needs to get back to the lab, stay in the gym, continue to work on that jump shot, because this is still a team that lost 1-4 to the Celtics without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Easy path to the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
From the outside, no good. There it is, Al Horford. He's finally on the board, makes his first shot.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
In the front court comes Simmons. Final minute, first half. Pascal Siakam able to recover with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Sizing up the defense to Tobias Harris. Beyond the arc for three. And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Off the mark on the first free throw. Second free throw off the mark. Still one to come. And he converts on the free throw. It's the Raptors with the basketball. To Gasol. Joel Embiid, huge block.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
The rebound belongs to the 76ers. Al Horford going to the line to shoot two.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Knocks down the first. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Here comes the screen. 20-footer at the buzzer. It's good, just as the horn sounds. inching a little closer, but still down at the break. We've reached halftime in a 2-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jalen Rose, and this is your EA Sports Halftime Report. The 76ers are in a close game thus far. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. Have a look at the leading scores. For the Philadelphia 76ers, the Raptors are still very much in this matchup. And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists. Have a look at the leading scores for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Blocks.
After just 2 quarters, we've already seen so many blocks from each of these squads. I'm loving how aggressive the players have been on defense. What you're seeing in these highlights will make any defensive-minded coach proud, like Chuck Daly.
Player of the half.
Simmons was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half, and I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Driving is Simmons, but his shot no good.
So many teams just try to beat you with their offense. Well, your offense can only take you so far. The one thing that's supposed to travel, whether you're home or away, is your defense. That's your staple.
Fred VanVleet. Had a chance, but it's no good. To Simmons. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Ben Simmons at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Can convert the free throw. Kyle Lowry with the rock. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
His timing was a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
Ben Simmons pins it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Tobias Harris. He's got 2 shots coming. He's struggled so far. Can't connect on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Lowry into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. To Van Vliet. Lowry. Fred Van Vliet. Able to convert inside.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Simmons, down low for Harris. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Can't miss those. Embiid to Tobias Harris. From long range. Off the mark. The follow won't go either. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Down 5. And he dunks it down for 2.
You never want to leave anything to chance when you attack the rim. You finish strong every time you head home.
Marc Gasol tips it. Ooh, 5 now. And he finishes at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Toronto with the basketball. Lowry to Gasol. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Harris. To Gasol. Has a look. Just not going down. Harris to Embiid. Missed it. How'd that not go down?
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's 3 for 7.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
And he's going to the line to shoot.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Ben Simmons, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 66% in this contest. And he connects on the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Lowry into the front court. His group now down 2. Gets to the basket and scores.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Simmons to Richardson. Going to launch beyond the arc. Message received. Well defended. Lowry with it. Tie game, 3rd quarter. To Ibaka. Serge Ibaka slams it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Lowry into the front court. 2-point advantage. Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. Nothing going here on that drive. Can't connect. Now a steal as the Raptors have it. Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Taken by the Sixers. Richardson. No good. That's great defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Ibaka. Shot from it close. No good. To Simmons. You've got to get that one to go. The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. To Van Vliet. And he draws contact. 2 shots coming up for the Spaniard, the All-Star, Marc Gasol.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
First one goes down.
Number 24, into the game for the 76ers. Number 19.
And gets both to drop at the line. Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
Visit our team website for the latest news, videos, interviews, and features. You can get all that and more, including the opportunity to attend a post-game press conference. Visit the website for your chance to win.
Time for some new personnel into the game. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Across the timeline, it's Lowry. They can get a 2-for-1 if they hurry. Joel Embiid knocked it away.
Oh, some fans should take that ball home as a gift.
That's a souvenir. Powell. To Gasol. Can't connect from in close. The drive right to the basket. And he'll go to the foul line.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Ben Simmons at the line for 2 shots. At this juncture, he's shooting 60% from the line. First free throw is good. So he hits the first, misses the second. Now a steal by Philly. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Time expires. The Raptors have the lead. Raptors ball as we get going here in the 4th, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Lowry to Gasol. Runner here, won't go. Nothing going here on that drive. Curling inside to Richardson. Lets it fly from long range. He engulfed him that time.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
That's out. Last touch by Norman Powell.
gonna do this?
For Philadelphia. Do you like the word discount? Of course you do. Save 10% on all merchandise when you purchase 3 or more items at one of our arena stores. This offer
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
great opportunity. Substitutions, Philadelphia.
Simmons to Richardson. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Lowry. They go down low to Dirk. Dirk. Nowitzki. Not a busy night, but effective. 2 for 2.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Got it.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
Lowry has the basketball. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Nothing going here on that drive. To Tobias Harris. Fires the 3. They snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it.
His scoring is definitely cooled off, but you have to give the defense some credit. They're denying him the ball and really making him work once he catches it.
Lowry to Nowitzki. Al Horford with the block. They'll recover. 4 to shoot. Knocks it down from mid-range. Plays like that could turn a game around. Throws it down with the defender all over him.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point basketball game.
And this is where I get a chance to see if coaches can change it up. Maybe let one of your players lead the timeout so your team can hear a different voice to keep everybody engaged. Maybe like the Warriors did with Andre Iguodala.
That's rebounded by Philadelphia. Harris to the basket, but his shot stays out. Fred VanVleet to Powell. Here comes the screen. Powell to Stanley Johnson. Took it down the lane, but it's no good to Simmons. That's rebounded by Toronto. Here comes the screen. Fred VanVleet, nice pass to set things up. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
Simmons into the front court. All tied up, just underway in this 4th quarter. Split the D there, but he can't get it to drop. Johnson to VanVleet. Nice pass to get things going.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 remaining.
You're going to see the best players make in-game adjustments on the fly. The intellect of some of these superstars is off the charts. Your ability to adapt and move forward as quickly as possible in the most efficient manner will determine whether you win this game or not.
Fred VanVleet to Gasol. For 3. Rebound taken by the Sixers. Embiid to Richardson. A drive to the basket, but the shot won't go down. Lays it up and in.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Simmons to Horford. Josh Richardson shakes free and hits.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Pascal Siakam to Van Vliet. Nothing going here on that drive. Not going down for him this time. To Tobias Harris. Another chance. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Fred Van Vliet. Gets it in the left corner. Ibaka to Van Vliet. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Shot by Anunoby, no good. Simmons, here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
Now we get a whistle. They'll wrap him up with the intentional foul, and a little over 20 seconds left to play. Ben Simmons has got 2 shots coming. His percentage right now, 57%. And hits the first free throw. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Lowry into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Missed a wide open look. And now the intentional foul. They'll stop it with 14 seconds left in the game.
Some players are built to handle these moments. On one end, you just sparked your team. And at the same time, you also got under your opponent's skin. Just want to manage through the emotions here and not take it too far.
Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one. The Sixers are victorious as they win this one by 3. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The 76ers did what great teams do best. Finish. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The Raptors lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Simmons put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in a zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in this game. Here are the top plays from the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at what's coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.